Josh is calling from Hendon to talk about the government's plan to deal with illegal immigration. Josh, have they got one, and is it going to work? Good afternoon to you.
No, they don't have a plan, and they just pretend that they have a plan in order to try to pretend like they know what they're doing. But we all know they don't know what they're doing. But I think the real point that people keep missing is that these are clearly not refugees. They've come from France. France is a safe country. I know they have riots here and there, right, because of problems that they've managed to import, but still, it's not actually a war zone. There's no persecution going on in France. They can't possibly be refugees.
Josh, when you say they can't be refugees, why do you think that 2/3 of those who arrive here on small boats are granted asylum by the Home Office if they're not actually refugees?
Because it's a loophole based on the slavery laws. Because they've paid traffickers to take them here, so now they're considered to be trafficked. They're now
that's not right. 2/3 of them are deemed to have valid asylum claims, and that's not because they're deemed to be victims of human trafficking.
Well, if 2/3 of them are being granted legal asylum claims, then that shows our system is clearly broken.
No, what it shows is that under our laws, they are refugees.
Well, our laws need to be changed then, because how can you have a refugee from France?
Because they're not coming from France. And have you read the Refugee Convention, Josh?
The Refugee Convention is very much out of date.
Well, it makes clear that under the laws that we have signed up to, you might disagree with them, that people have the right to claim asylum wherever they want. So they are legitimate refugees. You might not think they should be, but under the UK law and international law, they are.
Well, the law needs to be changed.
Why do you think they should all go? Why do you think France should take them all in?
Well, France needs to get its own house in order as well.
But hold on, France is taking far more refugees in. Hold on, France is taking far more. France is taking in far more refugees than we are.
They're a much bigger country than us.
But what happens if France says, well, why should we take them? They should go to Italy where they landed, or they should go to Greece. Everyone just washes their hands of the problem, don't they?
That's fine. Every country needs to take care of themselves.
That's fine. And if that means people sent back to countries where they're going to be murdered or tortured or assassinated or repressed, you're fine with that?
In most cases. The people need to be in the
You're
areas
fine
where
with people being sent back to their deaths?
People are not being sent to their deaths, and it's not going to happen.
If you had your way, Josh, they would be.
No, I don't think so.
Well, where would they end up then?
They'd end up in countries next to the countries that they've left.
The reality of what you're calling for is the whole of the West, the whole of the developed world, shutting its doors to people fleeing the most horrific persecution, torture, oppression.
No, that's not true, because, for example, Ukraine is next to Western countries like Poland.
So we were wrong to take refugees from Ukraine, Josh?
No, I'm saying that the countries next to Ukraine would take them in. The whole point
Which they did.
Right?
But hold on. Do you think we were wrong to take refugees from Ukraine?
Yeah, I think we were.
You think we were wrong to take in people fleeing Vladimir Putin's butchery?
Yeah.
Do you think we would have been wrong to take in Jewish refugees in the 1930s and the 1940s, Josh?
If they were coming from France...
If they were fleeing Nazi Germany?
Well, look, my grandparents came here from Germany in 1939.
Right.
They got visas to come here. They didn't come here by boat.
Right, and given there aren't legal routes open now, do you think we would have been wrong in that situation to take people who had arrived here fleeing persecution from Nazi Germany?
Not without proper processing.
Right, so you would have sent them back to Nazi Germany?
Well, people weren't able to come here straight from Nazi Germany unless they had a visa. People either had to come here with a visa, or they were coming here from France.
And those that didn't have visas, some of them were sent back. Some of them were sent back to concentration camps, and you think that was right?
No, I don't think it was right.
But you think it's right when it's people fleeing persecution elsewhere in the world today?
Who's fleeing persecution? Christians from the Middle East? We're not getting those.
Women in Afghanistan?
People aren't coming here.
Women in Afghanistan?
women in Afghanistan are not being persecuted.
People fleeing the conflict that's going on in Somalia, people fleeing repression in Sudan. You don't think, hold on, you don't
That's
think
not persecution.
You don't think women in
That's
Afghanistan are
civil
being
war.
Josh, you don't think women in Afghanistan are being persecuted?
No, I don't.
But what about the reports of them being butchered? What about the reports of their families being killed?
Families of women for being women.
There are women in Afghanistan being brutally repressed by the Taliban. We know in conflicts like Somalia, in conflicts like in Sudan and Eritrea, sorry, not Eritrea, Yemen, women, young people, children are being killed in their thousands. And you seem to think that that's all well and good. Josh? Josh is lost for words. I'm lost for words.